Hello guys, welcome back. I'm doing my player predictions. Gonna try to keep it short and sweet, even though I probably won't. Yeah, if you like this, consider subscribing because I post high quality videos on NFL, MLB, college football, and college basketball. Without further ado, let's get into this. AL wildcard. I got the Rays. I'm not really gonna be like picking the games that they win in particular, but I guess a 2-1 series win because I don't know. I feel like the Guardians, we all knew coming into the season that the only thing that would keep them afloat is their pitching staff, and the pitching staff has been good but not super elite, and we knew that the only thing that would keep this team alive is their elite pitching staff. It has not been elite, and it's a miracle. The only thing holding this offense together is Jose Ramirez and him and Jimenez, who is more known for his fielding and Straw. And yeah, it's just they don't really have much offense, and we knew the only thing that would keep this team afloat is their elite pitching. Sadly, they do not have elite pitching. It's a shock that they even got to there because their only good thing this season was their pitching, and they do not have that. They were lucky they had an easy schedule. And with flaws like that against a team like the Rays, I'm convinced that the Rays cannot lose a playoff series with a manager like Kevin Cash, because in the playoffs you need good managerial decisions, and Kevin Cash is great. Well, he's made some questionable decisions, but he's great, and you just need him to have a good team. There's no way he's losing to a team like this. They're going to outmanage them, and with how well these players are coached, there's no way they lose in the playoffs to a team like the Guardians. Give me a 2-1 series win. Mariners and Blue Jays, give me the Mariners. I know this might be an overreaction, but you need consistency and depth in the postseason. I think the Mariners got that, even though the Blue Jays got a lot more offensive firepower, and they got a great top end of the rotation. I'm going with the upset here, because I know the Blue Jays got talent, but come on, with a team with this much firepower as the Mariners against a team that's inconsistent like the Blue Jays, I don't know, a team that's arrogant and cocky and is inconsistent, because I think their pitching is too inconsistent, because they got like one or two elite guys, but I think after Manoah shuts them down game 1, it's gonna be the end of that, because like you can't win in the postseason against a team like the Mariners, who's getting Julio Rodriguez back now, with this inconsistent of pitching. I can't, because Jose Barrios is too inconsistent. They don't really have their back in Kikuchi's too inconsistent. They have too much inconsistent pitching. It's terrible. And it's not like they have an offense like the Yankees that can like bail them out. Their offense is too inconsistent. And even I'm saying I think that their offense will play elite, but they have too much inconsistent pitching. And even if their offense plays elite, I still think their pitching is too bad. I think the only way that the Mariners lose this is if their offense falls apart, because the Blue Jays pitching collapses by itself. And all the Mariners gotta do is use their offense. I think with the combination of bad pitching, and I do have some respect for the Mariners offense, I do think that they're going to win. They're going to have just enough firepower, and yeah, I think their offense is going to shock a lot of people, and unless the Blue Jays pitching shows up, I feel like the Mariners can outdo the Blue Jays in a hitting match. Cardinals vs. Phillies, Cardinals sweep. Ain't no way the Phillies winning. Like, you really think a team like that could win the playoffs with that bad of fielding and that bad of pitching? I know, like, you think the Cardinals are already a scary team with all their young talents and stuff, and then adding 2 elite pitchers, like they could probably like win the first 2 games of their next series too, if like because of their pitching, because like they don't even need to use their ace and stuff against the Phillies, because the Phillies are already sloppy enough, but they will. And their pitching is just so good. Even if they don't use like their first 2 aces, they could probably use their mid-rotation like Jordan Montgomery and Quintana to shut down the Phillies. I think it'll be too much. And notice how I'm just complimenting the Cardinals offense. They also have a solid offense, and even though it's probably not going to be enough to take them in the playoffs, their pitching is just going to be too good. Phillies are too sloppy. Mets and Padres, come on. Mets are sweeping there. Do you really think that they're going to beat DeGrom and Scherzer? I do think that the Padres have a lot of talent, but that's pretty much the only thing that they have. Again, like the Blue Jays, they're inconsistent, but they have a little bit more firepower than the Blue Jays. But unlike the Blue Jays, they're not facing as easy of a team like the Mariners, and they don't have an elite ace like the Blue Jays do in Manoah. If I had the Blue Jays losing to the Mariners, then definitely have the Mets beating the Padres, because it's not like, oh, the Mets have elite pitching and the Padres don't. That's why they're winning. Yeah, even if the Padres' elite offense comes to life, the Mets also have elite offense too. They have two of the best pitchers in the game, and even if they somehow slip up, they also got firepower. There ain't no way that one of their elite pitchers screws up a little bit, and then their elite offense doesn't show up as well. No way. And it's at home. Mets are winning there. Next, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I do think that the Mariners do got some depth, and the Astros back into their lineup is not that good, but it does not matter. They're gonna win there. Mariners gonna win one there, but then they're gonna win the series. I'm sorry, I do think it's gonna be closer because I do have a lot of respect for the Mariners, and they're playing with a lot of firepower. But again, I don't think, even though I do have a lot of respect for their offense, I don't think they're pitching, even they use a lot of their good, I don't know, just a team like the Mariners against a machine like the Astros, I feel like I've given a lot of respect to the Mariners for even making them win one game, having them win one game in this series, because I respect their offense. Yeah, if I think the Mariners offense might be able to scrape past to win, but there's no way they're going to be a machine like the Astros, because if the Astros don't outslug you, they're going to use their pitchers, and there isn't no, against the Blue Jays, these are their top 3 pitchers. Against the Astros, you really think that they can come back from a 2-0 series lead, because they're going to be using their 4th and 5th pitcher. I have a lot of respect for the Mariners pitching, but they're going to have to be starting a lot of rookies and unstarting people at the back of their rotation. I think that's their big weakness, not an elite offense and not a elite back end in their rotation. I feel like when they travel into Houston, they take a quick 2-0 series lead because the Mariners don't have elite pitching there, and then the Mariners take back again because they have Castillo, and then come on. I think maybe if the Astros had a terrible offense, even with the pitching advantage, they could win, but you're saying that the Mariners have to use their bad pitching on the road against the Astros, and then they also have an elite offense like that? No way. They're winning. Yankees sweep the Rays. I'm sorry, the Rays also don't really have enough offense. They're holding by a string, and you need a lot of depth and key managing. I do think they can outmanage the Rays, the Yankees, I mean, but come on, if you're barely holding by a string against the Yankees and you have to lose, because I think a lot of these good wild card teams will fall apart when they have to use their 4th or 5th starters, and I think the Yankees, they got their Cole freshened up, and if you're barely holding by a string like that and you're having a little bit of trouble against the Guardians, the Yankees are going to eat you alive. Mets, Dodgers, this is going to be a lot closer than I think. I actually have the Mets starting out with a win, because you have to understand that the Dodgers has so much players injured and they're almost falling apart, but their offense is so good. I feel like the Yankees and the Dodgers, they both have a lot in common, because pitching is not the best, especially Dodgers, but they have an elite offense that carries them. But the Dodgers actually have a good manager, and they're basically like the Yankees on steroids. And I think the Mets are too inconsistent on their offense and stuff. And I think with a team like the Dodgers, with an elite offense like that, all you need is a little bit of solid pitching, and then they can win. And with an inconsistent bats like the Mets, I feel like the Dodgers are going to have a couple decent outings, and that's all they need, as long as their offense doesn't completely choke. I feel like the Dodgers got this. Because, I don't know, I feel like if you have an elite offense like the Dodgers against an inconsistent team like the Mets, and you have the home field advantage, I feel like, and they got the rest on their side, I feel like the Dodgers' elite offense is going to slug their way. I think the Mets could win the series if the Dodgers' pitching is not good, but I trust the management, and I trust the experience in the playoffs for their pitching to pull away. I feel like the key is going to be if their pitching can hold on, but if their pitching can hold on even a little bit, their offense can take care of it, and even if their pitching falls apart, they have more than enough firepower to overcome it. Braves, Cardinals, I'm sorry, the Cardinals, they don't have enough depth there. The Braves aren't just a scrappy team anymore. They're a well-oiled machine. They got I'd say they got a more dangerous rotation than the Dodgers. And if I say there's no way you're beating the Mets against the Padres, with their opening thing, you're coming off a Cardinals team that's scrappy, that won in a weak NL Central division, and that already used a lot of their best pitchers. Now, I did say they have a lot of pitching depth, but already used a lot of their good pitching in their wild card round against Philadelphia. And then you're going up against a well-oiled machine like the Braves, who have rest. Their offense can hammer you, and again, they have that elite pitching to show off. I don't even think they really have to use their aces at first. I think they can rest them up for their series against the Dodgers. That's why the Braves are winning there. Next, Yankees win there. Astros win there. I have the Yankees winning against the Astros. I know that I'm saying the Astros have better management, even though they do have Dusty Baker. The Astros have a better core depth in their pitching core. But it doesn't matter, because I feel like a lot of it is the depth, and they don't have the pitching depth, because I feel like if they even have one injury, they're going to fall apart. In the Yankees, they got a lot of guys in the back end, but I'm saying, with the depth, I mean, you can't trot out with that back end of the lineup with the Astros. I feel like I usually say that I don't give excuses for such an elite offense. I think the Yankees have so much talent on their offense that even if you don't have even if you struggle a little bit, they're gonna eat you up. And I feel like when the lights are brightest, I feel like the Yankees pitching is gonna even get a little bit of the Astros. I know what I'm saying doesn't make sense. What I'm saying is, all you need to do is maybe hold the Astros to 5, 6, 4 runs, and they can win. I feel like with an offense like the Yankees, if you don't play your end game on offense, they're gonna win. I feel like the Astros are not gonna play their best on their offensive side of the ball, and when you do that, I really just feel like the Yankees are gonna show up, because you look at this lineup and tell me that they don't have a championship level batting. And with the back end of the lineup that the Astros have, with Dusty Baker as their manager and stuff, and I'm right now I'm talking like the Yankees have a terrible pitching staff, because I literally am just saying that the Astros are well oiled and have better pitching, that I'm saying that it doesn't matter if you give up 5 or 6 runs, the Yankees are gonna win. The Yankees do have some solid pitching. That's just on top of that. I just feel like the Yankees offense is so elite that, I don't know, I feel like the Astros are gonna have to struggle, but I feel like if the Astros even struggle a little bit, the Yankees are gonna win. The Yankees have a lot more lenience than the Astros do. Their offense is gonna show up and they're gonna outbomb them. Braves, Dodgers, give me the Braves, because they're pitching. Oh my gosh, I feel like last year, I feel like people are treating the Braves as if they don't have as good of stuff as the Dodgers do. There's no way the Braves lose. The Dodgers have a super high-powered offense, and the Braves are just scrappy. No, the Braves are not scrappy anymore. People are just thinking of, the Braves pitching might be better, but their offense is so much more worse. They probably have a better offense than the Dodgers. I said that. Last year they were inexperienced and stuff. This year they're a lot more experienced in the postseason. And like I said, their pitching outmatches them every single way, and everybody knows that their pitching is better. It's just that they think their offense is a lot worse. Well, if you have that much better, if the Braves pitching is so much better than the Dodgers, then all you need is a good offense, and they beat the Dodgers. And here people are saying that the Braves have a bad offense. The Braves have an offense that rivals the Astros and Yankees for one of the best offenses in the league. I know I gave a bunch of excuses for the Yankees. I'm saying their offense is so good, and the Dodgers' offense is better than the Yankees. Then why am I not giving the Dodgers the same benefit of the doubt that I gave the Yankees? Their offense is also too OP, and they're also dealing with pitching problems. It's because the Yankees at least have a respectable pitching. The Dodgers don't. And if the Braves won the series last year, and if their pitching is that bad, then the only way that the Dodgers would win is if the Braves don't have a good offense, because the Braves pitching is that much better. The Braves have an elite offense. I feel like with an elite offense, the Braves are going to win. I don't know. I feel like the Braves pitching is so much more better than the Dodgers, plus with the combination of elite in the World Series. Well, they won't let me predict it, but I got the Braves winning 4-3. I'm sorry. I feel like if the Yankees can actually face a good team with the same offensive firepower, then they crumble. They were inconsistent towards the end of the year. I feel like now that they're facing a team with a lot of the same offensive firepower, that they're going to win, because the Yankees is flawed in pitching, and the only way that they lose is if they have an offense that could keep up with them. The Braves' offense is more than enough to keep up with them, and with their elite pitching, I'm sorry. It's like you have to face Spencer Strider and all these good pitchers and stuff, and you have an elite offensive firepower, because the Yankees could bypass Kenny Falefla and Gleyber Torres and Hicks and Judge not being the best fielder because of their offensive firepower, because they also have Boone as their manager. That's bad. And now they can't. The Yankees have their offense, but they don't have their pitching. The Braves offense is going to be right on the Yankees offense tail. and then they're gonna hit it with the elite pitching. I'm sorry, all the Yankees have is their elite offense right now, and Snicker's gonna outmanage them, and the Braves are actually gonna keep up with them. And then, like I'm saying, the Braves offense came up with them. They also have an elite pitching. Case, set, match. Elite offense versus elite offense. Yankees are slightly better. Braves are way better fielding, way better depth. They can outmanage. They have everything that the Yankees have except a little bit of a worse offense. I don't think that the Yankees having that much better of an offense goes that long of a ways. Braves win the World Series. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.